Hey, how you doing today? I am Taquila Coleman. In today's video, we're going to talk about this is what happens when you harden your heart. So, I want to turn your attention to the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, and we're going to start reading at verse 18. So, Ephesians chapter 4, verse 18, it say, they are darkened in their understanding and separated from the life of God because of the ignorance that is in them due to the hardening of their hearts. Having lost all sensitivity, they have given themselves over to sensuality so as to indulge in every kind of impurity, and they are full of greed. So let's break this down. When you harden your heart, you invite in the spirit of ignorance, which then darkens your understanding, and it separates you and your life from God. You understand that? You also lose all sensitivity. You are now given over to the sensuality spirit to indulge in every kind of impurity and are full of greed. All of this came in and started as a result of hardening your heart. Now, there's many different ways how we could harden our heart. You know, when God tell us to forgive and we choose to not forgive, right? Or we choose to ignore what God is saying, or we try to act like I'm okay, I'm fine, I'm over it. You are now hardening your heart. When God is constantly releasing words to you, trying to keep you encouraged, trying to keep you, in this hopeful state of being, but you set on, what you want to think about. You're set on the past. God telling you, the truth, but then you're like, but what about this and what about that, and what's coming out of your mouth, it's all about what happened in the past, and those are the things that's still hurting you, right? So this is another way how we can harden our heart by constantly reminding ourselves of the hurt and pain from the past and not dealing with what's dealing with us. So understand, when you harden your heart, you are now inviting in the spirit of ignorance. When this spirit of ignorance has now come in to the mind, it darkens your understanding. This is why, in Romans chapter 1, when it talks about the wrath of God come upon those who suppress the truth. This is why prodigals in that scripture is say they do what they ought not to do. They doing things that even children can look at and be like, that's not, mommy, they're not supposed to be doing this, right? Because it all started from a hardened heart that has invited in the spirit of ignorance that now has darkened their understanding, so they don't understand. So if you're trying to get your person to understand you, this is why he or she doesn't understand you. Okay. It's a when the spirit of ignorance comes in, it's going to darken your understanding and separate your life from God. Okay. And then you're going to lose all sensitivity. Okay. I know a lot of you are saying, oh, I think my prodigal is a narcissist. It could just be the fact that they lost all sensitivity because of their hardening of the heart. Okay. And they're going to be filled, with greed. All right. So understand, okay, understand scripture. God doesn't want us to harden our heart. He wants us to keep our heart clean. He wants us to do the work. He doesn't want you to ignore what's dealing with you. Okay, sit down, get you a notebook out, start journaling your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions. Like these are healthy ways on how we process, our emotions, how we, deal with what's dealing with us. You got to find healthy ways of how do I release these things, out of my body? How do I release this bitterness? How do I release this hate? How do I release this anger? You have to find healthier ways to release it. For some of you, you might go to the gym. I know I used to do kickboxing a couple of years ago. So that was a way I used to tear that bag up. That was a way how I used to release a lot of anger and frustration, right? So you have to find healthier ways, on how to release, all of this pent up negative emotions. Okay. But whatever you do, do not harden your heart. I am Taquila Coleman. I'll talk to you real soon. Take care.